ILOCYBE.
Okay.
And that's azurensins, and that's AZURESCENS.
All right.
That is going to be your first nighter.
Okay.
And then I would do an A+ or a golden teacher, or a I would make A+ and penis envy your last choices, and A+ and golden teachers your first choices for your low dose, your low dose microdosing.
Okay.
Just know that the stronger they are, you're going to have to make sure you got a scale that can go pretty accurate into the 100th of a decimal.
Okay. I appreciate it, man.
Yep.
This is definitely what I've been talking about for a while, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, I strongly believe in that shit too, Sticky Bob.
Say that again.
That shit can definitely help you, man.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, man.
It can show you the way to help yourself, you know?
Right. That's exactly what my buddy was saying. He said it unlocks your mind to basically let you help yourself. You know what I'm saying? In ways that
and even when you haven't
know.
lost your mind and you're constantly getting fucked over in your life nonstop, and you know you're getting fucked over, it kind of helps you cope.
Right. Yeah, you definitely need that sometimes.
That's like the hardest shit in the world sometimes. But hey, that's why I got good people like this. You know what I mean? Help uplift me and everything like that. Keep positive and productive days ahead. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to get into this, man. This world's fucked up sometimes, man. It does fucked up shit to us. You know what I mean? But that's how we bounce back. Fucking, you know.
Dude, this is the most positive day I've had today because I can actually keep in contact with everybody.
Babylon that was created a long time ago. This is a place that is not healthy. So it's not a world, it's a place. Because there are many more worlds. So
I believe that. What's everybody else?
We're live now, fellas.
Oh, a good one.
Live.
Yeah, what's up, Rick?
Going on, guys?
I saw your that tent of yours looks fantastic, dude.
Right on, man. Right on. Hey, welcome, sweet Johnny. Tell us who your guest is there.
Guys,
Andy, what's up, dude?
am I on? Can you hear me?
on, man.
We hear you, bub.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. This is my boss right here.
What's up, little boss?
I saw him running the. Did I see him running your videos yesterday?
Yeah, I gotta show him a little bit more. He gets excited and wants to keep moving it around, but he's learning.
You know, the best thing I heard from him was you asked him to if he wanted to help you, and he said yeah. He said, do I get paid? And you said yes, and he said, okay, I'll take a hug.
Yeah, I'm trying to raise my boys to try to help out others. You know, there's a time to help out others, and then there's a time where if it's work, it's work. So I'm trying to teach them to help out others, and at a young age, you know what I mean. So they're not messed up by this world.
That's a blessing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not everybody gets a father figure in their life. So.
Oh, I didn't have one. I mean, you know, it's a sad story. My dad walked out when I was 5 years old at his age, broke my nose, and left on Christmas Eve. And so I'm trying to make sure he doesn't have to go through what I did.
Right on, man. Right on.
Hey, so I got to ask you guys, do any of you guys flush with sugars in the end?
Yes.
Like cocoa powder and stuff?
Not cocoa powder, but honey.
You use honey?
Yeah.
Do you taste it coming out in your flour?
Not so far.
Not even in your berry or your candy strain?
I don't know if I did it enough to really notice yet. I kind of did it later towards the end, or
So when you're flushing too, you're also flushing out all those microbes, and honey is not really water soluble, so it's going to be really hard for your plant to uptake that. and it's showing the fruit because it's not absorbing it, right? There's
Yeah.
nothing channeling it there. Try
What do you
try some
recommend?
cocoa powder and watch what happens.
Okay.
And use just a little bit of filtered water with your tap water, not enough. Something that tests under what was that? Under 100
These
under,
are
what are those?
Caribou genetics right here, buddy.
Ooh. So
Got the mail call in.
I suppose you'd like to know what you got in your hands there then, hey?
Hey, I was gonna say, do you got the key?
Yeah, I got the key right in front of me here.
Yeah,
So
dude.
which one you got in front of you first there?
I got the GFX.
Okay, so starting at the top there, you got that's my grapefruit cross. It's grapefruit crossed because it was a grapefruit male and pollinated a whole bunch of females. So I can't guarantee the female of that, but I do know the grapefruit male had some decent stuff come out of that. Nothing amazing.
All right.
The number 5, that's my ChemDog Afghani F2 number 5 phenotype.
Number 5.
And I pollinated that with White Widow Afghani.
Ooh-wee.
The SSH, that Super Silver Haze, pollinated with White Widow Afghani.
Oh yeah. How's the growth structure on that one?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, I haven't tried any of these crosses yet, but
Okay.
the Silver Haze and the White Widow ones, they don't seem to stretch too much from the little bit that I have seen. So, and then which one you got next?
16, 2, and 10.
Okay, so those are all White Widow Afghani F2s that you'll have in your hands, and the number just correlates with the phenotype that was pollinated.
Okay, cool.
Reach out to me later and I'll show you some pictures of what those mothers look like to help you figure that out if you want to run.
Okay.
What do you got next?
R, D, W, C, and M.
Okay, so RD is Raspberry Diesel crossed with Afghani.
Ooh, wait.
The WC is Wedding Cake crossed with White Widow Afghani.
Oh man.
Wait.
The mango is, it should be mango, but there was 2 different phenotypes that I told you about. I had the one that was gassy and fuely and one that was super fruity. They got mixed together, I guess. So but there is mango. Those are mangoes, come straight off plants. And those were pollinated with White Widow Afghani as well.
Fuck yeah.
And then your next package there, the slur, that's Slurricane pollinated with White Widow Afghani. It's the DP is Durban Poison crossed with Afghani. And meat is Meathead crossed with White Widow Afghani.
What's the meathead?
It's what is it? Meat Breath crossed with Goliath. If you go back on my page a day or 2 ago, I put one like I think posted like Meathead Mother or something like that. It's a friend of mine is growing the literal mother that I pollinated right now, and it's a picture of the bud, so I'll give you an idea what that looks like. And out of everything I've grown up to this point, the Meathead and the Gorilla Skittles are my 2 favorites, hands down. So,
Fuck yeah.
Good stuff.
I want to see what's up with that Super Silver Haze one. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's the Silver Haze is actually, well, Super Silver Haze, that's the wife's favorite at the moment. Like we each kind of have our few picks that stay in the rotation, and that's hers that does not get pulled. It's, you know.
Yeah. That's always been one of my faves.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm about to roll up one of those cones, Indica.
Yeah, man, those are my
Okay, those, buddy.
Yeah. Hey, one quick thing real quick, man. I just want to give a huge huge shout out tonight to not quite a doctor, Green Thumb. He's in the chat tonight. Go check him out on Cannabuzz, man. So he seen one of my posts, man. I've been talking to him for some months and stuff, and he actually sent me and my wife some nice grow room glasses, man, for downstairs. So I just want to thank you for that, brother, out of the goodness of your heart, man. Thank you very much, bro.
Yeah, he's good ass people.
I used them down there last night, just a few minutes ago before I came here to the show, man, and these things are fucking kick ass, brother. So thank you very much, bro. I appreciate it.
What do they look like? You got one close by?
I don't.
What did you say it is? Oh, okay, grow glasses. All right, nice.
Those things are shit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he seen a picture because I got cheap glasses, man, and he like yelled at me, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you doing, man? Your eyes, you know? And he's like, dude, I'm gonna order you a pair right now, man. He ordered me and my wife a pair. So thank you, bro. I really do appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Cool.
Absolutely, man.
So fucking cool,
Our
man.
side is a bitch.
Papa Z, man. Speaking of shout outs, man, I want Papa Z, should give him a shout out for that HLG light, man. I really, really appreciate that, man. That giveaway, that was pretty fucking cool, man.
That's a dope light too.
Hell
Heck
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, shout out to Papa Z, man. I actually had a phone conversation with him for about 3 hours yesterday, man. Shout out to Papa Z, dude. He's a good
Hell
dude,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, we're doing shout outs right now. All right.
No, I just wanted to before I forget, man. You
No,
know,
he's
you know,
good.
You know how we all get, man, when we're all
I
good,
always see him
you know?
in the mix of like the good stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I want to give a shout
definitely.
out. I want to give a shout out to Keeper of the Strains for
Hell yeah.
a positive message, a very spiritual message, and one that I've felt for a long time before we'd even conversated. Like, so I was just it was really good to hear. So I just want to give a shout out to that dude. It was really cool. Also,
Yeah,
a shout out to Katsu Bluebird and Katsu Seeds. Just got the apple fritter testers, so I'm really excited about those. It's apple fritter cross Romulan, so
Wow.
pretty happy about that. So I've got a special little design for those. That's gonna be pretty fantastic. So I did a test in a similar system that wasn't even set up as well as I'll be able to set it up, and I was feeding it at 4,000 ppms, and it didn't even burn the tips of the leaves. Like, the whole microzone took care of everything that was in the root zone. So, when he talked about when the plant, when the root zone speaks to the plant, when the plant speaks to the root zone, like, it's a perfect little get up. So it's gonna be fun.
Hey, fellas, I know you guys have a topic and everything going, but I just wanted to ask a quick thing. I got some autoflowers because you guys are all like autoflower wizards. So I'm gonna try to do like 4 autoflowers in one pot, but it's a 50-gallon pot. I got like a whole shitload of 50-gallon pots.
Hell yeah, that's perfect.
Nice.
So yeah, you think 4 would be good in a 50-gallon?
A 50-gallon pot, you could put like 10 of them in there. Well, maybe not. Yeah, about that. That's what some books would suggest. I wouldn't put 10. I'd put 7.
Think so?
Yeah, I'd probably put somewhere around 8, man.
man. I'd
Yeah,
run
I was
7
gonna
and a
put
50
4,
pound.
but
That's just because it's my number.
yeah, maybe I will try to do 6 then, or something, or 7. in
Pot
there.
is round.
I recommend 2 per
Yeah, it's round,
2 per
unfortunately.
7-gallon pot.
Say that again.
I recommend 2 per 7-gallon pot.
Okay, I remember you saying something about that. So that's what I told him too. So
From personal experience, that's what I recommend.
okay. Well, I know I have that octo pot, and I have a D's Nut Sour Crinkle from Hypothetical Gardener, and them ones that I just transplanted, Terp, you're like transplant right away, and I did that day. They're already fucking bigger than my one that's about to be finished. You know what I mean? And they're in the 5-gallon pots, so they
There
just
you
did
go.
that so fast, man. So that's
Yep.
why I didn't even know if I could go even maybe a little bigger than 5 gallons, per.
There's one dude saying 10 gallons. He goes crazy on the autos, but I can't remember what genetic line he's running. But that dude is getting some like crazy returns off autos. And he was talking about like the Terp, you said it a lot, like the training the root and the tap root and everything like that on autos. And like this other lady, Coastal Mary C, shout out to her. I was talking with her a little bit about them, and she used super deep pots. You know what I mean? Like really deep pots, and she's got some huge fucking autos.
Pipers. Yeah.
Well, shit. Then I got like, a 50-gallon pot, but it's just a short one, so I don't really know how, effective that would be then, because that's kind of what I was thinking too. Is taller.
Well,
Yeah,
hey,
they're also
I'm gonna share
bottom.
with you guys. I'm gonna share with you guys how I'm gonna do this makeshift octopot thing, and it's really inexpensive and really easy to do, and really easy to clean and work with. So we'll talk about that in a private setting. because it is an experimental thing, and I don't want a bunch of people going out and just trying a bunch of stupid ass shit and not knowing what they're doing and something happens. So
PH.
we'll keep it private for the moment.
All
Oh, and rated
tried.
G, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sorry.
right.
Z.
Yeah, I gotta watch myself.
I gotta go put money in the swear jar now. I don't even know where it's at, but I'm sure there's one around here somewhere.
Hey, Bob, what'd you do for your birthday yesterday?
I pressed some rosin and slept, man.
Yeah, that's the best birthday I've heard of.
Hell yeah, bro.
Happy belated birthday, brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all, man. I
How's
appreciate
the old
you guys
pup doing, Indica?
making that post, man. That was cool.
What's up, man?
How's the pup doing?
I don't know, man. So we couldn't get in today. So going tomorrow at 7:30. I gotta drop the pup off, man. So see.
I just found out my niece, she's like a couple months old. She's got to go in and get open heart surgery on Thursday, man. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so they like the hospital like missed all this big ass shit, and now she's got to get like surgery until she's done growing every couple years, and they got to replace a whole valve and like all sorts of shit, dude. And she was already premature and shit, so
Jesus.
that was pretty wild.
Sorry to
but,
hear that, brother.
Hey, no worries. Your package came in right on time, dude. So that should help.
Well, I'm glad it helped out, man. I'm really glad.
Shout out to Indica B.
Thank you. Enjoy, man. Enjoy. Be careful with the rosin too, man. I mean the RSO. So be careful. With
Yeah,
that.
it's still sitting in my medicine cabinet. I'll crack that one later on tonight.
It's good though. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Shout
gotta
out
buy
to
some of them.
Automation is Freedom, man, because that's my guy who makes it for me, man. He makes some beautiful RSO. So yeah, shout out to Automation is Freedom as well. This stuff's phenomenal. So you guys will all eventually get some. So, but yeah, enjoy, man.
Everybody's caught.
Yo, I also shout out to all right, I'm gonna do one more shout out. Let's do it. All right. Ye motherfucking ha. That's the baddest ass name I've seen on the internet yet. That's a badass fucking name. And it was cool he let me make that sticker for him. That was super dope. You know what I mean? Appreciate the fuck out of that. Let's see, shout out to that Beelzebub dude. Sam, he's cool. He's been hitting me up lately. He's a good cat, man. Good vibes and shit.
I talked to him.
You're always throwing out some good music too.
Yeah,
He's-
he's always got a great message and something positive to say. So shout out to him for sure.
Got
No
pretty
doubt, no
decent
doubt.
taste in music too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sticker's looking fire, man. That's a good work.
We
bro.
got
That's kinda cool.
Drizzit in the chat. Hey, Drizzit.
I do not.
What's up, Drizzit?
I can't read
Yeah.
chat, so if people are saying hi to me, I'm sorry. I don't know that you're saying hi because I have no way.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I could check my phone, but
Yeah.
that's a lot.
I don't like them.
Honestly, I find myself.
Johnny, and by the way, Johnny, that is the saddest Christmas tree I've ever seen, man. It's some sad Christmas tree.
There's all
Even Charlie Brown looks like he's pimping with that Christmas tree.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What's up, pumpkins?
What's up, guys? How we doing tonight?
How you doing, man?
So I'm not really clear on what the topic is, but I do have an unboxing I got to do. So you just go ahead with your thing, and while I show you my unboxing, okay?
Rick, I've been waiting all day for this, man. I'm
Well,
excited.
I've been waiting. I've been
I
waiting
hope
for
I
more
don't let you
shit.
down. I hope I don't. But I saw this bong about 2 months ago, and I thought, and it was, they came into the shop and they were sold like within minutes, and we had to reorder some, and finally they came in. So you gotta see this.
I'm guessing you got this at Caribou Garden Supply.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Brandon, Mike, and the gang down at Caribou Garden Supply. It's the go-to spot in our area.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Shout out to Emerald City, man. That's my local shop by me, man. Shout out to him, dude. He actually worked out a pretty solid deal with me today, dude. So that's gonna benefit the startup company and a lot of other things I got going right now. So yeah, shout out to Emerald City. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Shout out to HTG Supply. I spent like $1,400 there today, so a steady spend money there.
You're in their good books then, right? After spending that kind of scratch there today, they love you.
Load it up
Well,
your
I get
car.
$1 a point too, and believe me, I spend every fucking point too. So
Hell yeah, man.
Right. Shout out to Build a Soil, Grower's House.
oh yeah, I love Build a Soil. I want to do that
And
eventually.
I glass.
Shout out to my mom.
That thing's
It's awesome.
fancy, Rick. That thing's looking fancy, man.
Like I said, this better be worth it.
I don't even want to ask you what it costs, man.
Not much, not bad, not bad.
Good glass
$1,200.
prices.
Okay.
They
Here
say
it
I try
is.
to buy a mothership or something. Fucking.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
yeah, so it's a lay down. Okay,
Ooh,
so you can lay it down. And then uh-oh.
Bong he's talking about.
Uh-oh, don't want to hear that.
Yeah, wait a minute. Here it is here. Yeah, so you can lay it on the table, and then of course when you're using it, you just tip it, and you're good to go.
Wow.
That's very cool.
That's fucking cool.
I
Yeah.
like the frosted on it. The
Frickin',
frosted
frickin'.
part looks really nice.
It put a dent in $100 bill.
That's actually pretty cheap
That
then.
is,
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah,
I do a lot of window shopping at the Cariboo Garden Supply down there, and yeah, most of their stuff's up in the like 200 to 300 plus range. So
This little thing
for the
$40
bigger
bucks.
pieces, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, man.
oh yeah.
How are your lungs doing, Robert? Have you been squishing every day for the last
Fucking
forever?
awesome. Not really. I just took a fucking hit from this thing, man, right before, and I
But
swear
I
to
tell you
God,
what,
I
though,
was gonna
I
die.
love that high, man. But it's
I do
like-
too. Nothing better. I was cross-eyed for like 3 fucking minutes. I swear.
You get like that stupid high. You're just.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm smoking on some Citradelic Sunset. It's actually super really good. It's hard when I don't ever find good sativas. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have a good sativa around. And they had like a half eighth over there at the dispensary today. That was dope.
I got too much sativa, dude. I need some more indicas and shit. I got the Bubba Kush. I can't wait to get that going. That come from Terp. And then that Mag Land Race, I need to get that motherfucker going then.
Hey, that's all the
That's
hit
supposed to be,
in
yeah.
Illinois right now, man.
That's what I was reading, man. I was reading that online too.
They're going fucking crazy
Yeah.
over it.
They can't get enough of that mag down here.
It's so crazy how it fucking grows, man. How them land races
I
grow.
heard you.
Start and shit. So weird, ain't it?
I was fucking talking to him.
Yeah, some of them land races, they can get kind of goofy looking. But man, they're sure pretty. The visuality of them is pretty neat.
Can you get some
wanna
weight
see that.
on them though? Can they put some weight on them?
Yeah, I mean, sort of.
Well, yeah, this one, I mean, I don't think it's pure. Honestly, I don't think it's pure.
No, that
You know what I
that
mean?
mag's not. I don't believe
somewhere
it's
around
pure.
there, but then I don't think they put like a fucking pure land race into major cultivation centers and shit like that, because they got to put out numbers. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
these companies, there's only so many companies in Illinois allowed to grow for the state. You know what I mean? So I don't see them really putting out something that's not going to produce that amount of money. You know what I mean? Or that amount of, like, I don't know.
Right. I guess they don't take, like, even though it's could be great bud or whatever, they want to fucking, like you said, produce numbers, and if it doesn't produce that much, it doesn't yield much, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it ain't that much around. It's probably a preference thing for people, like, but I need something for pain, and I was looking into what the fuck was that? Golden Goat, is that the one of them that's really good through Irie?
I haven't heard anything really bad about any of his genetics yet. So.
Yeah, I know, but there's some that are more like specific towards like migraines, because I get migraines sometimes like a motherfucker.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's something that I kind of strain specific. Certain ones help out better than others,
You can find the terpenes that actually target it or help alleviate some of it. You know what I mean? I'm starting to find out more about like how terpenes affect different, ailments and stuff like that, and how it works, with the THC and stuff. And it's pretty dope. So I want to, for shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, anything I can find out about that shit. I just got some of this shit. It's like some kind of terpene today that I was gonna mix with my rosin to put in my little cartridges and shit that I got.
Is that cannabis derived?
I don't fucking know. It says it's
You can get cannabis derived terpenes as well.
I don't have that kind of money. I didn't spend the $1,400 today at the grocery store. Somebody else did. I'm a broke motherfucker, really, myself. I only paid like $10 for this shit, but it's like a 1:4 ratio. So like 1 drop of this to like 4 drops of fucking rosin. I was what I'm guessing.
Why do you choose snow?
I don't know. I'm gonna experiment a little bit. I got to experiment some more.
Research and development.
What's that?
Research and development.
Yep.
Little R&D work.
That's right. Fuck yeah. I'm half retarded from that. So much of that. Not really that, but I'm like just messed up. Slower. I'm slower than I used to be. I swear, man. Not as quick as I was. Quit. I got a problem like right before we got on. It's like every time I have something go on right before the show happens, because now my dog went into heat for the first time, so I got her like in a cage with the fucking sheet over it, and then I got my male dog sitting outside like roofing and growling and shit at it. It's his fucking sister, so you cannot. There's no more kids around, is there?
Oh yeah, you're not down in Alabama, huh?
Not Joe Dirt.
Oh wait, my family lives in Alabama. Fuck.
That makes a lot of sense.
Alabama, that's where I'm going on vacation. Tell your family to have a package for me.
Your cousin lives down there?
Huh?
No, we're just talking all that shit.
We're alone, man. Go. Get out of here. Get out of here.
What's going on, Johnny?
Oh, nada, just chilling.
How the ladies doing?
Hoping that soil I made yesterday works out good.
Oh yeah.
I want to give a shout out to my local grow shop. I'm glad he takes trades. Otherwise, I'd cry.
That's fucking what's up. I wish mine would take trades. Shit.
He always calls me up asking me, hey, you got any butter? You got any seeds? I'm like, what do you got for me? Oh, I got you. I'll hook you up. All right, I'm on my way.
Run to that shit, man.
God, I wish my
I'll take the barter system.
store would take trades like that. I'd hook them up with seeds pretty steady for grow here.
Hell, I bring some bud into my guys at the grow store, and they only give me 10% off.
Shit.
I feel like I'm getting ripped off.
No shit.
I have a feeling if I were to bring weed into my local grow store, they'd probably help me smoke it. And that's
yeah.
I wish.
My guy there at the grow store.
Right in front of the store.
I can with one of them. I said, but one of the other guys at the grow store, he's not even allowed to smoke because he gets like just couch locked every time he smokes, so he can't even run the store.
Yeah, man, come in, just take whatever you want.
Yeah, man, his partner said, nope, there's no way, dude. You're not allowed to smoke anymore.
Right. You're fucking fired.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're my brother or not. You're fired.
All right. Well, so we're kind of passing around ideas for like a topic to do for the show today, and I don't really think I heard anyone come up with anything. And then Keeper the Strange throughout there.
Marijuana.
Let's talk about some Irie genetics. And since I didn't hear anybody come up with any better suggestions, and I think most of us probably are growing it, why don't we talk about Irie genetics for a little bit?
Hey, it's Red Pill. Weren't you just talking about that? Isn't that an Irie? Or is it Blue Pill? Is that Blue Pill?
Yeah, Terp's got that red pill going on right now.
No, it's Piranha.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's what his I don't know if that's correct, but I believe that's what his red pill eventually became, was that, unless that's something new. I don't know. Don't hold me to that, because I don't know that.
It was so delicious. It was so good.
There was piranha in the package. It was all like folded up in there. So piranha and lady marmalade. But I thought, and I thought piranha was red pill. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
either.
thought some
I
of
don't
his
know, I don't know enough
new-
about him to know that. I was just reading through stuff on Cannabis, so I had made that assumption, but I could be wrong.
I
Is
thought two
blue
of his
pill
new
is blue
crosses
pill
were
and
red
Irie
pill.
genetic?
There are people that were on chat growing about it, but then I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I thought I read something about it a while back ago, but it
I
was
was
a long
asked.
time
I
ago.
was asked what I wanted, and that's what I had said. And he said he might have a few, and then I thought that's what he was sending, but I could be wrong. So I don't know.
I feel like right now. Hey, how do I get guys attention? I want to
Just one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, sorry.
All right. Well, I guess to keep moving on. We'll. I've got
Oh,
some
we can talk
RIs.
about Irie genetics. I got lots of it.
I'm totally
Yeah,
down.
I mean, I would love that. 'Cause-
I'll talk about that.
Yeah,
Well,
shit, we got some Sunkiss. Fuck, I've
Sweet
been
Johnny's got a
smoking
couple
lemon
going.
Jeffrey. That shit tastes good.
Got lemon Jeffrey going. Got orange.
Yeah,
Cap,
Turperina's got her solo cup going for Sunkiss.
got,
I got a couple sun-kissed beans too.
I got Sunkiss
In the
too.
refrigerator.
crossed with something.
Nice.
I want to see that double dragon. That thing, that sounds bad.
So who's currently got some going right now? We got Indica's got some actually going right now. Anybody else just actually?
Your
on
wife's
some
got
right now?
orgasm.
I got lemon Jeffrey and a rise going. Well, no, I'm
Okay.
sorry, the rise. I already cut the rise down. I got lemon Jeffrey. I got some orange gasm beans. I just fucking soaked though.
I
Cool. So
got
you
out
guys,
I got that lemon Jeffrey, 2 lemon Jeffrey or Jeffrey's going right now, and I took a bunch of cuts of that just the other day. And then that shredder, I posted that shredder about 2 hours ago, man. That she's looking happy. That she just went in the flower, so she's looking beautiful.
I got like almost 4 inches of stretch out of my lemon Jeffries last night.
Like,
so all
what?
you guys
Crazy,
who,
man.
all you
Wow.
guys who have this growing, you know, comparatively to the other genetics that you grow, I mean, how do you, what do you like about the Irie genetics? You know,
Vigor,
what's really selling that stuff to you?
vigor, strength, the structure, man. I mean, they can stand up. You don't fucking need a damn trellis net, really. I mean, they'll stand and hold the weight of themselves. I mean, they really are. That, but that if I put it right next up to Royal Queen seeds, just my own personal, you know, opinion. The Royal Queen had a real serious stretch on it, but the girth of my stock wasn't even close to. I mean, it was half the size of the lemon Jeffrey next to it. So, and that's just kind of how I've noticed how they are. They grow so much faster and just. I love every one of them that I've done. I think I've done like 4 different strains now, and every one of them has been great.
Snap, pop, and twist. Breed IBLs.
Like, is that what you're talking about, Turk? Pop and twist in the. Yeah.
Pop and twist your stems.
Yeah.
Right.
I learned
Get them.
the hard way. doing
Sometimes
that a little bit.
sometimes I do this. Sometimes I go. And then I walk away.
Yeah.
I did that on my last one. It wasn't too happy with me about it. I kind of set it back a week or so, but I did it to like 3/4 of the plant, not just
Just
like
made
one
mine
stem or
look like
two.
it had a very large curved dick. Instead of a big straight fat dick, it was a rated G. Excuse me, sorry. Banana.
Yeah, this is a family show. What were you thinking?
I don't know. I could be tomorrow. Who knows?
So how long did it take us to get around to start talking about Dick?
You,
Oh,
Rick, that dick.
we
I
were
think
talking
that was
about-
in the first like couple minutes.
Yeah, it was. It was
Honestly.
really. It was really quick.
No, I mean, since we've been live. But
Oh, so-
anyway, I just want to take a break in the action here. Fluff, you had commented something about a T-shirt. There's something I had on my T-shirt, and this is the one I'm wearing tonight.
I scored a high on my drug test. Yeah, I scored high on my drug test.
Hell yeah.
That's a good one, Rick. I like to see
Pretty.
that.
See you, man.
I like it.
I always score really high on my drug test.
Yeah.
Well, if
I
you're gonna
mean, I
pass the test, that's gonna be the one, right?
Right, might as well fucking go with flying colors, right?
Isn't it crazy that they kind of consider like smoking weed something that you have to fail at for a test? It's so dumb, you know what I mean? Like you should be, oh, you smoke weed, cool, dude, right on, you know. Instead, they're like, eh.
I
Right.
wish it was that way.
Maybe one day, I tell you, in my life, I never thought I'd see it legal.
Yeah. My dad used to tell me that too. I was like, no, man, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I always said it was going to, but I don't know if I ever really believed it in my heart. You know what I mean? So it started happening. And
Yeah.
holy shit.
I couldn't believe how Illinois, when I was there, bro, there wasn't fucking no legal shit. They weren't even thinking about medical then. And then all of a sudden it was
No.
like all at once. Didn't you guys do both of them at one time and shit?
No,
Canada?
we had the medical for like a year or two before they did.
Oh, did
that.
you? Okay, well,
Yeah.
it must have. I left in like
Might actually-
2014 or something. So.
I think it was actually even longer than that. We had medical for quite a little bit here. I don't remember exactly how long.
Actually, I think I left there in 2015 when I left Illinois.
Yeah, and then it was a while before felons could get a medical card too.
That's really
They made
big.
it really hard.
That's
They
only
made
just
it-
been here recently, isn't it?
I think they started that in what, 2016, 2017? Or they went medical in 2016.
I think it was
2016.
Or where
medical
did they
in
go?
2016.
Yeah, it was definitely after
Yeah,
I
yeah,
left.
yeah.
So it had to have been.
Yeah.
I don't think felons could get it until last year or the year before, right?
Damn, man.
Yeah. Oh, sometime like that, yeah.
That's pretty messed up.
Pretty easy to get though. I mean,
Oh,
they make
hey,
it pretty easy to get. I appreciate that. You just gotta call some up for you.
Hey, so I bought this thing today, man. And I think I might get a different one. Take it back and get a fucking different one, honestly. It's just a
Make that-
dab.
What was that for your squeezes?
Yeah,
For your squishes?
yeah. But I don't fucking like
How many coils does it have? How many
one.
coils?
One.
Nah, you gotta get one with like 4, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. And it was fucking $30. So I'm gonna take
They got those yoke cans for like $30, dude. They got like
I'll tell you
yeah,
what,
the
they make
Yokan's got 2 of them at least. So
There's a company called Boundless makes a one called the Turk Pen. Got 2 coils on the end. You use it kind of like a dab straw. That one gets a lot of good reviews.
see, I almost
The
got one
coils
like
and
that
everything.
instead.
What's it called?
It's called Turk Pen.
Look at this. This shit's what I don't
From-
like. It's like a regular little stupid fucking battery, man. And then you got the charger is like the one you got to screw into that. Like one of the ones I started with fucking back 10 years ago. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta do like a Rubik's Cube to start it?
Yeah. Right. Crazy.
The
It's
guy who
like cars
gave
these days. Try to get a car in reverse today. Holy shit. You gotta damn near do a jigsaw puzzle just to put it in reverse. It's ridiculous.
Get there, Johnny. Oh, there.
All the newer model cars. I got a car wash right out of prison. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Big ass computer for shit. I'm like, what?
Oh, I know. I pulled up next to a Tesla and it had like a monster screen in it.
Wait, what does this have to do with Irie Jet? Sorry guys, I get off topic.
the guy who gave me this bowl told me I named it the Reaper, but it's supposed to be a Turk tester, but you get good flavor out of it.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. I remember when I used to like have a little glass one hitter. I used to clean it all the time before I tasted new weed. I was just became such a pain in the ass.
I almost got one of them little bulb ones, man. It has like a bulb on it, you know, and it was like the same price as this. I should have got one of them fucking whatever the E ones that you were talking about. They at least, like I said, they got 2 fucking coils in them.
Yeah.
And it's the same
'Cause
price.
That one with the 4, that thing hits, man.
Yeah, those Yokans aren't too bad. I've had a couple of those when battery packs it in, and it's pretty reasonable to go and replace it, right? Whereas you get some of those other models, the fancier ones, it's battery pack alone's over $100. I liked my Utilian I had. I got to send that back in for warranty because that thing worked fucking awesome.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna spend like around, $50, but they didn't really. The other next step up from that was kind of like more like 70, 65, right out of what I wanted to spend. So I got the cheaper one, but I haven't even fucked with it. I'm gonna end up.
You should be like you should be like Sweet Johnny and be like, hey, do y'all take trades?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah, I got
Bring him up.
I got this dude here. Who was,
He got a creeper van. We'll take trades.
I got lucky. I've been friends with my guy who owns the shop for 20 years though.
Them are big coils. There,
that helps.
Where they at?
yeah, it's one of them.
You
get
got
like
big
a
gold
side.
coils in that.
Yeah,
That's like also like one of those cloud. That thing makes clouds.
This one give you a good proper dab right here. I'm telling you what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That thing will fuck.
But yeah, I put that on one of my regular e-cig mods.
It's like a
make sure I
Sigelli.
had enough ass behind of it, and it gets down to business.
I'd put that thing on a scooter and go down the street for a little while.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna buy one of those today,
Okay.
man. The actual, just the fucking, the RTA or whatever. I was gonna get that just to, because I got a whole bunch of old devices and shit from when I was vaping. I still vape now and then.
So they a Psy. See if you can find a Psy. Yeah, you can put a Psy right on top of one of those, and they got all different kinds of coils. They got flat like ceramic coils. They got titanium coils. They got Kanthal coils. They got all different styles that you can put in on it. You just put it right on top of your mod. It's a pretty good one.
That's what I need to do. Get something like that. Because
I'll
I
shoot a
used to
link over.
rebuild all my own shit and all that anyway.
I'll shoot a link to it in chat in our private chat later.
All right. Appreciate it.
Gear
Yeah, no
talk's
problem.
always so exciting.
What's Johnny up to?
What's up, Rick?
Oh, just checking in on Johnny. What the hell's going on with him?
Oh, my boy's wanting to go upstairs because he's getting ready to wanting to fall asleep. So I told him we'd go film up in the living room so he could fall out.
All right.
He's got school tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, school's
What
important.
time is it where you are, Johnny?
Huh?
What time is it where you are?
8:13.
Hey, you guys are an hour behind me.
2 hours.
Fucking weird ass Michigan and shit.
Fucking time zones. Earth being round and shit.
It passed my bedtime too.
Well, I can tell it's getting to be almost past all your guys' bedtimes because within the next 45 minutes or so is usually when my cannabis feed just goes dead. We're usually around 7 o'clock at night around here.
You guys see what's on my TV all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's a really good show you're watching, man. I've heard those guys.
That Sunday show.
So that's how we get all the views. Me and Indica B were talking about this earlier. We're checking out the channel, seeing what's on there for views, and now we know it's Johnny. And
Hey, I'm your number one supporter.
Don't forget to like.
Yeah.
are you able to like the video each time you watch it?
Re-like and re-like.
When I watch it on TV, I can't like it or anything. The only time I can like it is when I'm on my phone, and that's usually when it's live. So
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, guys, if you can, everybody in chat, thank you for joining us tonight. Go hit that like button, man.
Yeah, right on. Good to see you.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate
Good to
it.
see you.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, too.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. For me, I'll say for Irie Genetics, man. I'm a believer of them just because of the vigor, man, the growth that you have. Like Sticky Bob said, I think I got my 2 Lemon Jeffries and Golden Goat last night. maybe 3.5, 4 inches of growth last night, man. It was fucking insane when I went down there today. And they're filling in beautifully, going through the trellis nicely, man. And I took a cut, grew it outdoors last year, and that thing went through some fucking storms, man, rain, and it was beautiful. It needed longer time, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to get all of I wanted out of it. I can't wait for this year though, but that's why I'm a seller on it, and I think too now more so with him and like Terp said, cashew seeds, man. I got 2 of his key lime pies, and they just remind me like Irie genetics, man. Just the structure, the growth of them, man. It's just like they just don't stop. You know, it's insane. The golden goats right now, I barely can keep up, man. They're just eating. I mean, they're just drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking, man. It's just but you know, and the stem rubs, man, don't even get me going on the stem rubs. They're just the next level, man. It's like holy shit, dude. Like I hit my wife's 2 orange gasms today, man, and the smell I got off that, and we're like I'm coming into week 3 of veg right now, man, and oh god, the scents that it's putting off right now are just insane. It's amazing, you know.
I can't wait for that orgasm.
Yeah,
Dude. I can't fucking wait.
It's hard to come by breeders, man, that share that love, passion, and everything to give you us people these amazing genetics and strains to grow, man. You know what I mean, and have good luck with them. You know, I had a pH lockout on the golden goat. Terp helped me get out of that. Thank you again for that, brother. And those things right after that, man, took off like a goddamn bullet, man. I was like, holy shit, the golden ghost. It was just like fucking game over.
Hey, thanks to you and Fluffykins, y'all helped me out with this nutrient lockout I had, man. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was deficient the whole time, and then come to find out when I get that meter, I was like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. So, that picture you sent
me. I appreciate y'all getting me through that because I opened up the tent this morning. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, those things took off. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that picture.
What kind of meter did you get?
Just a little piece of shit TDS. I just needed to get a real cheap one and see what my runoff was because I wasn't testing it the whole time. I was just doing the pH thing. I was like, oh, it's fine, whatever, you know. And then I didn't think it was that big of a necessity, you know. And then I see now, you know. So
what's like, TDS compared to PPM? What's that? Is that same?
That's what it's reading. It's just I don't know. It's just called a TDS meter, but it's reading the PPM, the runoff. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's parts per million. Yeah.
I fucking just lost mine. I don't know where mine is, but I do test that.
So TDS stands for total dissolved solids.
Solids.
Okay. That's what TDS stands for. So when it reads TDS, it's trying to read the total dissolved solids in your water. But the problem is that we'll never actually read the total amount of dissolved solids in there because you can't do that unless you completely evaporate every liquid out of that vessel that it's in and then look what's left over in there. And then you can actually quantify the total dissolved solids within that fluid. So it's kind of a rough estimate. That's why it's a good thing to start using EC and kind of run your nutrition off of EC. If you're running microbes and bacteria, they're going to keep all that stuff in check anyway. So if you can use good practices and practice the same steps over and over and over, you can get to a point sometimes too where you don't even use those EC meters in those PPM stuff. You just kind of
that's what I'm looking for. Yeah,
what's going on. But that's
what I'm looking for. The next run of doing this organics run.
EC and TDS. You need to. I would start using an EC. I'd get a Blue Lab stick, a truncheon stick, and that thing will last you forever. And that thing is fantastic for many.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna bite the bullet and get one of those eventually.
I go with the truncheon stick. I don't have any of the automatic stuff. I've never had any automatic dialysis meters or any of that stuff. I've rigged them up for people, but I've never actually used them because they're not effective for me. So in what I do.
That's why I'm moving away from all this salt-based nutrients, feeding it and shit like that.
I use
I'm looking forward to it.
I believe a salt base and organic base for the realm of microbes and bacteria that I want to use are the key to getting the terpiest, the most colorful, the best of the genetics that you can get out of what you're growing. So that's my belief through my studies. So
right on.
think it's just kind of like making them work for some food and then just giving them some food, you know, it just makes them real happy.
It's kind of like a buffet, you know. It's I feel like if you can keep them guessing, then they never get lazy and they never get, you know, too used to something, and it keeps the system moving, you know. Constantly,
Yeah,
constant misdirection. That's what keeps things moving, right?
I mean, that's kind of usually when I, you know, if I'm brewing a tea, you know, sometimes I'll
It's
brew
like you're
just for
gaslighting the
microbes.
microbes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, sometimes my teas, you know, I'll brew it just for microbes, and I'll brew some teas that I actually put, you know, nutrition in. So then it's kind of like, you know, just feeding it a nice salt-based nute, but it's, you know, an organic one that I'm breaking down. Kind of the same thing, you know, you give them that nice, easy food, and then you make them work for it sometimes.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, I totally get the benefit behind it. Might be bro science, but who knows?
Well, so I'll explain how I use it. So I use, when I'm running hydro, living only soil, and the living only soil consists of cocoa and peat and living only soil materials, you know, and the living only soil has like pumice and peat and perlite and aged tree material and bat guano and azomite and all those good organic materials that you find in soil. And then it has a root zone below it that goes into, you know, a water filled with mycorrhizae and bacteria and just this population down in this root zone that's speaking to the plant late in flower as well. So you can communicate with that plant by adding salt nutrients in there within that mycorrhizae environment, and then the mycorrhizae that drain through into that system and that feed off of that system and get into that that rhizophagus that's in there. It really increases your amount and your yield and what everything that your plant has to offer by using those salt nutrients in that lower zone.
Yeah, I mean, it all sounds good. I mean, shit works.
Yes, I can tell you right now, pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bucket. I'm going to put a crate over it. I'm going to drill a hole in the top of the bucket. I'm going to put a bubbler in the bottom of that bucket. And I'm going to put a bucket with a slew of bacteria of my faves and some mycorrhizae, and I'm going to let them bubble in the bottom of that bucket. And I'm going to take my grassroots living only soil pots. I'm going to hold them open. I'm going to fucking plug a few holes in them, a few little slits out the bottom. And I'm going to place it on the ground. I'm going to take a black trash bag and I'm going to throw that trash bag over the top of the crate and over the top of the bucket. And then I'm going to tie that trash bag up, you know, so it's nice and tight and out of the way, nice and clean looking. And I'm going to poke holes in the top of that trash bag and just cut a little piece of the top of the trash bag out. And then I'm going to set the grassroots pot on there. And then those roots are going to grow through that pot and into that bucket where it's going to bubble with beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizae throughout its entire flower stage. And I'm going to be able to speak to that root zone directly and add all my other little extras in there to try and play with breeding.
I can't wait to see
So
it.
I talked with Caribou about making pretty much the same kind of thing that you're talking about not too long
That
ago.
trash bag is going to create a humidity environment in there that is going to be amazing. It's going to be nice, fuzzy roots everywhere. It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, that's the interesting part is the zone that you're going to create with that trash bag.
Yeah, simple,
I was kind of giving
black contractor trash bag, cheap $3 bucket, milk crate, drill a hole, put a bubbler in there, keep it plugged in. And then when you water into that thing, you know, you overwater a little bit, you know, trying to keep your 100 and 120 RH in that soil zone, that first 4 inches. That's what I recommend when running living only soil. Some will say 60, 80. And I've tried both, but I just find 100 and 120 is the best to go. And that's based off of I learned that from Scott and Sarah Skames. Shout out to them and Cressa Farms and stuff and everything they do. Some of the most technical, intelligent people that I've come across in cannabis, and I really love their journey and I love everything they're doing. So kind of paying attention to some of that and implementing it into my life.
Yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. I like that high humidity on that. I like 100, 120 myself also. Keep that
Yeah,
thing
that's what
moist,
Scott
man.
recommends.
Yeah, you get all that, you know, microbes can move so easily around that area.
And then
know.
you kind of add like what I'm doing into that, and all that stuff that you may lose into drainage and having to suck out now goes into a root zone where it has a chance to where it hits another zone of population of different antagonism. You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
boosts a bunch of different other things, you know, vigor and growth and color and terps, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yo, shout out to 311 Mixed Up. Y'all saw him in the chat talking about
I
Irie
don't get to
genetics. He
see
said,
chat,
got
but-
them all. He said, I got them all.
Hey, he sure the fuck does,
What's up,
too.
man? That motherfucker's putting in work on those. That's what's up.
Yeah, he does. Hey, I'd like to give a shout out to him because he's the one who turned me onto them genetics. You know, without him, I'd still be on my bag seed. And you know, don't get me wrong, I like my bag seed. Them Girl Scouts are coming along pretty beautiful.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What are you guys talking about?
Oh, and I was just looking through the chat finally, and when we 311 earlier, 311 Mixed Up, he was talking about all this Irie genetic strain that he has. He's got like all of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he does too.
Yeah,
I'm looking over them right now.
I
That's
got a
just crazy.
slew of Irie genetics. I got to
It
tell
doesn't have.
you.
I mean, the ones he listed, those are some dope ass genetics. You know what I mean? That's pretty fire shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, I got some blue raspberry truffles, some sun kiss, some scarlet begonias, some lady marmalade. I got some space bitch.
Ooh, that space bitch is something nice, huh?
Oh yeah, that space bitch is looking good. I just cut a veg clone today, trying to get one ready for a very lucky person within this group of people here. So I'm gonna do a little contest for just us fellas here, and then I got what else I got going on? I got yeah, that piranha going. I got
Didn't you have a rise going too, I thought?
yeah, that one's done. That one's done. I'm done going through what I need with that, and be looking into making some F1 generations and some femmes here with that stuff that we got going on. So yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's a solid lineup right there, brother, for sure.
You know who's got a solid garden? Rick. That was a nice garden looking. I like your setup.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing.
He was listing off like the humidity, CO2. I was like, all right, man, that's what's up, man. This dude's really got this dialed in.
Definitely made for your age, for sure. That's fantastic.
Hey, that is a perfect
Hey,
garden.
I'm not knocking the guy at all. I'm not. I'll take
Dude,
that.
I want it. Right.
That old man grow room over all this hard work any day. Any day.
Yeah, no, it really is nice. Like waist high.
Oh yeah, save a lot of time.
Never bend over. The tables roll.
I
It's
love
beautiful.
Do you use glasses while you're in there? No, do you use the sunglasses? Like
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I heard those are like a necessity for those bigger, you know what I mean, rooms and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
He's got my dream lights. Them
I got really
Kings.
Yeah.
Them things are amazing.
I can only imagine going in.
I was gonna mention one more thing about living only soil. Just a technical application and something to remember when it comes to living only soil is that the first 4 inches of soil is where most of your activity is happening. It's where your organism to organism interaction is happening. And sometimes you notice with your living soil, if you go lift up that mulch layer, and you just take a thin layer of that soil off, you're going to see all those, you're going to see all your living organisms right there coming to the surface and digging through. You're going to see your worm. You're going to see everything. And so that's where most of your organism to organism interaction is happening. And it's important to remember that when making self-sustainable soils. So when you're thinking about perpetuating a soil and self-sustaining it for yourself, you want to make sure that you have aerobic respiration within your soil, and getting that is key to not amending and applying too much light to your plants, because a lot of people are amending way too much mulch. Depending on if you live in a really humid environment and you're applying 6 layers of mulch over the top of your living soil, you're going to run into other problems. You're not going to be composting right. You're going to run into problems later on down the road. So keeping those things in mind, and knowing, like, if you're in a perfect environment within a tent, sometimes you don't even need to have a huge 4-inch layer of mulch or anything above that. You just need a nice little thin spread layer across there. Make sure most of your bottom vegetation, however you do it, design it to cover your pot. That's what they do. Throw your dead leaves down there on the top of your soil after you water, whenever you do defoliate and stuff, and that'll help you out.
If you not using that big thick mulch layer, then just make sure you got enough, organic material, that's going to get broke down in that very top layer of that soil. So all those organisms have something to break down.
Peat is notorious
if they
for
don't,
being
put some more
broken down
mulch down
fairly easy with the right worms. If I'm correct, is that right, Fluffy? Peat breaks down pretty good.
Yeah, peat breaks down pretty easily. So and it breaks down. Well, no, it doesn't break down real easy.
For the
Stick
peat
around
before
for a
your
while.
cocoa, if you have it in there with both.
If you go with both, your cocoa is actually gonna degrade faster. It's gonna break down and powder out faster. You get less life out of that cocoa, in my experience that I've known.
Do you think the bugs will go for that first or the peat?
I think so. I think because it's that natural fiber. I think it's just a lot easier for them to eat. And that that peat's more of a humus that's broke down a little easier. It broke down a little farther, and it's a little harder for them to work out. So they go for that cocoa quicker.
And then I suppose timing your amendments, when you time your amendments, like such as in flower and stuff, really is probably like monumental to having the right timing to cycle your soil right through its life cycle.
I mean, you got some buffer since everything in your soil is working the way it's supposed to. You have a little bit of a buffer zone because your plant's telling those microbes what to go get it. So you could amend a little too early, and it's not going to be the worst thing until that plant's ready to have it, and then it's there, so you're all right.
Do you do natural enzymes or any kind of powdered enzymes through your feeding, like when you do your probiotics or any of that stuff?
Yeah, I'll do I'll make like a malted barley tea to throw some enzymes and stuff in there. I'll just top dress with some pulverized malted barley to get some of that in there. And then, obviously all your microbes and stuff, compost, worm casting.
And then you ferment all your own stuff too?
I'm working on learning some of the
You're gonna have to teach me too. I'm learning about some of that stuff too. So maybe we can take
that stuff can get a little complicated. Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see if we can help each other out on that end, because I love.
Hold on. You two are saying something get complicated? No, this is deep. I know this is deep. You two start getting a little confused or like, I don't know, I haven't gotten. I'm like, okay, hold on. I need to bust out the pen and paper now. Damn.
Well, I mean, things will get a little easier. One of these days I'll have a microscope and I'll be able to start identifying certain kinds of bacteria, and I'll be able to just put something under a microscope that you mix up or make up and be able to figure it out.
That would be cool as hell right there, to be coming up with your own bacteria amendments of sorts, whatnot. I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but you guys know what I'm getting at.
Call it COVID-19. No. That's been taken. Hey, Bob, you were having a did you have a question about a dehumidifier?
No, that was me and
Yeah.
Opie were discussing about setting up his room and the way he would set up his room. I think we're gonna talk about that maybe like Sunday. I think he said he was wanting to talk about that.
Oh, cool.
Sweet. Nice, man. Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, because he's trying to figure out that dream room for himself, and he's starting to draw out diagrams, and he's getting everybody's help and input on that. And yeah, he's got some good stuff going. I know we've all kind of seen what he's got going on, and that's gonna be a hell of a good grow room that he's got.
Well, you see, there's just one problem with that, and I think I've already explained it to him. The foundation where he wants to build it isn't very good at all. Grounds for building it on, and he should just do it up here in my backyard. It's solid ground for building on. It'll stand for a million years, rock solid. Opie, I got you, buddy. Wouldn't that be nice though? Eh? Come home one day and all.
I want to apologize too. I want to apologize to everybody too. I don't think I got to do this. I left the show abruptly last show, and I just wasn't feeling so well, and so I just want to apologize because I feel like some people were really looking forward, such as Opie, to me talking about living only soil, and I really apologize. Not only to Opie do I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I apologize to you guys. I just wasn't feeling well, and it was a bad day for me. Not only that, I ended up in the emergency room the next day. I had gout, and it was just like a tumbling, a compounding of things. So I didn't mean to cut anybody off, but before I forgot, I just wanted to say that. So.
It's all good, buddy.
We were just
all good.
We were just worried about you, brother.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was worried about myself, so don't worry.
Yeah, I was texting Cariboo, man, checking on you, bro. I'm like, have you heard from him yet? Have you heard from him yet? I'm like, I don't want to text him, man, and be like all on the shit, but you know what I mean? Like, and then I finally text you, man, just worried, brother. You know what I mean? So absolutely. I'm glad you're helping spirits today, brother.
It happens.
Absolutely happens to all of us, man. It's not just you, man. That's for sure. I think we put so much on ourselves on a daily basis, man.
I feel like if I can't be positive, then I can't be anything at all. So if I don't got anything nice to say, then I'm not going to say anything at all, type of a thing. And so it wasn't that anything was wrong. I just, it's just a bad day. It had nothing to do with anybody. So, but thanks for the encouragement, dude. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You know that always. Yeah, guys, I don't mean to abruptly, but I got to get off. My sister called me, and I've been waiting on her phone call for like 4 days. So I'm going to get off early tonight so I can call her and have a conversation.
All good, brother.
So yeah, I just want to thank you everybody for tonight, man. Thank you everybody in chat supporting us, all the love, and we'll chat with all you guys probably later on tonight and tomorrow, obviously. And yeah, absolutely. I hope everybody has a blessed, humble, lifted night, and yeah, enjoy the show, guys. I love you guys.
Have a good one, bro.
All right, man. You have
Get some rest, man.
I will. I'll try, man. Hey, I'll sleep a lot when I'm dead, brother, man.
There you go, man.
No shit.
I
That's
like
how
to
it
try,
goes,
bro.
huh? That's about how it is.
It's like I feel like if I don't stop building these dreams, man, it's never gonna happen, So,
Yes. Yep.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you soon,
Here.
guys.
All right, man.
See you, man.
Have a good night, bud. Well,
I got that cross-eyed thing going on again, man.
I feel like Johnny's our guest, so like maybe we should just let Johnny ask a few of us. Do you have any questions for any of us, sweet Johnny? Anything you want to know, like specifically about plants?
I'm kind of worried. Well, not worried. I built that soil yesterday, and I think it's going to work. Somebody told me to just make sure, because I'm only using that when I switch them over to flower. When I leave them in veg, I got lush, and I just do my veg in that. I don't do nothing. But then when I go out there, I'm trying to get it to where my flower room's more of a living soil where they get the nutrients they need by that time. And I don't go through it a lot. So I'm just hoping
Man,
that
if you don't start with a good veg, how do you expect a good flower? You got to build up that nitrogen in that plant And you got to build up the calcium within that rhizophagus, that calcium, that magnesium within that rhizophagus, so that when you push through that stretch, that plant has all that energy to help stretch it through that phase. If you come up short, you end up going deficient, and then you lose a week and you lose growth, and you end up chasing. So when you're starting in veg, make sure you're hitting heavy on the mycorrhizae in the veg, and keeping up on your IPM and loading that rhizophagus, man.
Make sure you're throwing microbes at it too. A lot of microbes, because if you go from feeding a salt and stuff like that, and then just trying to move it into a living soil, you're going to knock yourself back 3 weeks for that plant just trying to figure out how to eat, because you've been force feeding it the whole time, and now it's ready to fucking rock and roll. And then you decide that it's got to work for its food now, and it doesn't like that so much.
Can you, what's too much recharge?
Listen, when I talk about what I'm using it, I'm in like, when I'm using salts, I'm in the lower beat horizon.
Mm-hmm.
That root zone is in complete water with salts, not in soil. So Fluffy is 100% right. Like, you gotta. Sorry.
Should I be introducing recharge like every other watering, or like if I'm using salts in mine?
Once every 3 days with salt.
Yeah.
Once every 3 days.
Now, after I did that big flush, right? Just like flood it with some fucking recharge.
Do teas every 3 days with salts.
Okay.
You'll have great results.
Okay. Yeah, because
make sure you're brewing those teas.
Tonight's his first 12/12 actual 12/12 night is tonight. Yeah. So that'll be going on now. So yeah, they said it's about 50-60 day flowering. So pretty excited. And in the home stretch now.
What is it?
It's like 50-60 day flowering time. New York
What's
State
it called?
of Mind. New York State of Mind. Yeah, from World Trade Genetics. It's Washington.
Is it an auto?
No. I like that thing. I popped the beans in water November 10th. It's been vegging out for a while.
Where did Johnny go?
I'm right here.
He's right there.
I can't.
If you're going, if you're going like that, man, you might want to switch up how you're feeding a little bit. Throw mycorrhizae in with all those salts.
Well, what I usually do is I like I said when I
That's gonna be the only thing that'll take care of those salts.
When I put them in take it from the clones and put it in the solo cup, I'm using the lush. And then when I switch, I use whatever lush was in there, and I mix some of that super soil so it ain't overdoing it in my 1 gallon pot. And then when I switch to the 3 gallon pot, it gets another dose. But then once I go out, it's full living soil from there.
Oh, so you're doing fine. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I cleaned. I'm gradually adding it to it as it's in the veg tent, and I keep the humidity in there at about like you guys said. When I open
thought
that,
you meant you were just going from 1 to 1. So
that's what I thought he was saying too.
I keep the soil that I was using from the first one, and then I add a little bit more living soil, and I'm gradually in and up, and then I wash the soil or the roots off completely, and then when I go into the transplant to the final resting spot in the 5 gallon bucket, it's all the living soil then on. And usually I wait to see it, and I'm thinking, man, it's going to take a couple days for it to recover. But that picture I posted today, I transplanted that today, and that was 45 minutes later. It's just loving it and praying. I'm getting lucky with the genetics, Erie. Thank you. But something's working right, and I don't know what it is. I'm not going to try to change nothing right now. I'm not going to try to fix what's the saying? If it's not fucked up, don't fix it.
It ain't broke,
don't fix it.
Yep.
You know, so I'm going to just keep going at what I'm doing. But I like I was trying to say earlier about the Erie genetics and 311, he's the one who introduced me to Erie genetics. You know, gave me the Lemon Jeffrey, gave me Shredder, gave me something else, couple others. But you know, till then I was growing my Girl Scouts, and now that I'm growing them, I could see the structures. Remember how I was struggling when I first joined Cannabis, and I couldn't tell whether it was a male or a female?
Yep.
now
All
that my genetics are better and I can see the structure and what's really going on, it's like I feel like I went from kindergarten to high school in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the genetics. You know, so I'm real grateful for that. And then, you know, it's just getting dialed in. But when I made that soil yesterday, because 311, he was supposed to stop by and help show me. He's got the recipe for me, but he had something come up and couldn't make it. So I was in panic mode all day long. I hit up Fluff Kids yesterday. I said, man, I don't know what to do here. You know, and I just came together and I, after a bit of thinking, I'm like, I'm going to just make a quick fix till he can be here in 2 weeks to show me how to make that soil. And also it gives me a chance to see how that soil works against the soil that he's going to be bringing me and showing me. And whichever one I feel is better, then that's the recipe I'll end up keeping.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, what you're doing sounds like it's working for you. It looks like it's working for you. We all see you posting, doing it up all right. So, you know, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Nah.
And if he's gonna bring you a different recipe to use, and you know, if you're able to run that recipe, then if it works, do it. But
Hell yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah.
You know everything. Everything. I mean, he knows his shit.
Oh yeah.
You know that. And you know what, dude? I'll tell you what. It's some of the my best genetics I've gotten been from him too, man. Just gifted to me. He's such a good motherfucking dude. So definitely good people, man. So many good people on here. You guys all know that. I mean,
Well, it's good to hear you're getting along better with your partner.
yeah, going good so far, man.
Yeah, sounds really good.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Is that your buddy you live with you're talking about?
No.
Oh.
It's a family member, different family member.
Oh, nice. How's your brother doing?
Good. Good. Out chilling out there with Pops, watching TV.
Sweet.
Hell yeah, man.
I think I'm about to try some of that RSO I got from Indy.
I want to get some of them capsules. I got to buy some capsules. And
he said they're about 1,000 milligrams. I'm not going to take the whole thing.
All right, fellas. Well, I'm going to have to call it a night. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for all the
have a good
knowledge
night,
tonight.
Kurt.
I really appreciate it. I learned a lot.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, thanks, Kurt.
Peace, love, respect. Wind at your back.
Growers love.
Hope to see you another day. Later.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
Talk to you tomorrow, Dirk.
All right, fellas, I got to get out of here too. My dog's got to be taken out. She's stuck in that kennel now. I got to keep taking her in and out. Feel so bad, man, because I don't like putting her in that damn kennel, but I don't know what the fuck else to do other than go get some dog diapers or something, man, and fucking wrap a damn rubber band around my other dog's dick. I mean,
Hey, you gonna stop it? It ever stop you?
No, it wouldn't stop me. So no, but no, probably wouldn't. It wouldn't. Ain't no way you gonna stop me. I know that's what this lady told me too, who's a breeder friend of ours. That she told us, she gave us this thing that like you wrap around his midsection and shit, and it has like a fucking like a maxi pad inside of it. I swear to God. So you wrap it around them, and then it's supposed to keep him from, getting up in that shit. But she said if he really wants it bad enough, that thing ain't gonna stop him. So
Yeah.
so I'll let him. He's got a little football, or I'll let him go fuck his football.
I knew a couple dog breeders and stuff like that. It's pretty wild stuff, especially if you got a male.
Yeah.
I bet.
Get crazy. Now I know why he's been going so nuts. And it was funny because I was just looking at her and I like picked her up like this, and I like looked and all of a sudden, her little cooter looked all like fat as hell, fatter than normal. I guess, I don't know, man, but and all of a sudden he just started gushing, squirting blood. Eyes fucking fucked me up, man. I made me throw up, but
Yeah,
Well, anyway,
yeah.
she's in that kennel now, but I gotta have to handle that, man. I ain't ever had a female dog before like that.
Oh yeah, I always grew up
Yeah.
with him down in the
Yeah,
woods. And
I've had a bitch wife, but
shit.
different.
Hey, over there in chat, Sam was asking, when you guys flip, what do? Do you give yourself a dark period? Do you step down? Do you just flip it? What do you guys do?
I just go hard flip myself.
You're
I've heard a lot of people talk about doing a step down an hour every night, and I've thought about doing that, and I'm sure I will do it at some point in time. But for the time being, pretty much always a hard flip. I would like to get in the habit of being able to put them to sleep for 24 to 36 hours before you do the flip.
Yeah,
But
I
just
just
the
did
way
it.
my system is set up, it's just not realistic. So
I have done it one time where I just put him to sleep for 36 hours. Just straight to sleep though. I didn't fuck around with it. I went from 18 to straight to sleep, 36 hours. Fired him back up, and it was like 2 days later they were showing sex pistols and shit shooting out everywhere. So
I'm down to. I did a gradual. This is my first flip ever, and I did a gradual. I was gonna do 30 minutes, but Fluffy was like, "Dude, you're gonna be waiting until next year again. You've already waited long enough." He's like, "Go ahead and do an hour." So I was doing an hour a day, and I'm already starting to see pistols showing. And tonight's the first 12-12.
huh.
Me myself, my first one I put it in dark for 2 days before I flipped it, and I wasn't too impressed with my yield. And this time I did the hard flip. I went straight out to the room, straight bam bam, did whatnot. And I noticed in the difference when I did the 2 days of veg, it took me 3 or 4 days before I could start to see what the sex was going to be. But when I flipped it the hard way, it seemed like I could see it after the first night's sleep. That's just my personal opinion.
That's cool. Maybe I will have to mess around with that at some point in time.
Yeah, I've done it all three ways. So I've done it, where I just hard flip them. I've set them up to 36 hours in dark before flower, and I've done the gradual step down. Personally, I like to do it an hour a day. Take it off an hour a day till you hit 12-12. I feel like, you almost look like you're a week into flower by the time you hit your 12-12. It really does kind of feel like that. So it's kind of fun to watch it. It seems like it seems like a quicker change because you're always playing with it and looking at it and noticing. Other than that, I really can't say I've noticed the difference between giving it time or just giving it a hard flip. I say whatever works for you, man. Just do it. Because I've seen people who've they've laid too much humidity while they was in that 36 hours of darkness, and second those lights flipped on, man, it just freaked those plants right the fuck out. Because they just didn't know how to handle it, when that shit came on. And part of that always is he threw too much light at it right away. But
Yeah.
that's kind of, I like to keep them supercharged like that, keep that light on them, keep them friggin' pumping. I like them to have that light. So I like the gradual step down myself.
Okay.
Am I mistaken, or like when LEDs were kind of first coming out, they had the ones that were like, they tried to mimic the sun as much as possible. So like they kind of go through like phases almost, or like they like dim, and they had some that like spin. I remember this is kind of when LEDs were first kind of getting big. Does anybody remember those? Anybody remember seeing those?
Yeah, they had things like light movers, and they would have a whole system set up to where, the spectrum would shift from a red to a blue, back to a red. There's actually still people doing that shit. The crazy, super.
It's wild, right?
Yeah, some of that stuff that we all look at, we go, "Wow, I wish I could grow something like that." Those are the guys doing that kind of crazy shit.
I'll tell you what,
like that.
I see people put out some crazy ass shit with just you know what I mean? Basic fundamentals of this shit down, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers go out in the woods, you know what I mean, get whatever the fuck they need and grow some great ass fucking marijuana, I've seen that shit, so.
Yeah, and
I used to have a grow. Yeah, I was gonna say I used to have a grow with it had a sunrise and sunset system in it. And I honestly don't know if it's, you know, that
Any different, beneficial, or yeah.
it was like a half hour early. The lights would start to go on, and then by the time it got to that point, they would be on, and then it would be like a sunset at night. Again, another half hour instead of the
and
light just going off. And
I think a lot of people just do that for power consumption too. You know, that helps a lot for your power bill to ramp it like that, because you're not using max power for very long in reality. So. Hey Johnny, you just making gummies daily still and smashing that stuff, or what?
No, I'm waiting for my trimmings, and then I just ran out last Friday, so I'm waiting on. I got a 14 grams of trimmings coming, and then I'll get back down on it. Or not 14 grams, 14 ounces. Fuck am I thinking?
I hadn't seen any videos. You just smashing endless amounts of gummies lately. I was like, what the heck, man?
Nah, I ran out. That's when I don't show that I'm making them. That usually means I'm out of trimmings.
I can't wait till we get to make some more gummies here in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be exciting. I've been out of my edible oil that I usually will eat, like my full spectrum oil for sleeping and all that other good stuff. So having to do like stuff with the infused olive oil and stuff to get my dose of edible cannabis. So we're going to be doing gummies real soon here, as soon as I can, because it's much more enjoyable when you can just power something back nice and quickly like that.
Yeah. I had my first foray into making gummies finally. So I got one of them little Levo 2 units, and you know, it was easy to smell free pretty much to make it down here in my grow room. And then got my wife to help me do the gummies finally. And well, it was all good except for, you know, I just didn't make it very strong. I need to work on my dosage. I think I made like little kids gummies, to be honest with you.
That's okay. You just got to eat a lot more of them. That's all. And who wants to eat just one candy anyways? There's no fun in just one candy. So it's kind of, you're doing yourself a favor in a way.
Yeah, that way you just sit there and smash it while you're watching a movie and just go through a whole thing of it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I forget what you're actually eating, and then all of a sudden, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 boxes of gummies in.
Yeah. That sip container I was working on the other day, I think I got that finished up, and I got my meathead transplanted into that. So I did so anybody watching, what I did was I took a 55-gallon drum and I cut it in half and took a bunch of 6-inch net pots that you'd use for hydroponics, and I put them upside down in the bottom around the edge, and then I took an ice cream bucket, put it in the middle, because the net pots just they wouldn't fit. You can only get one in the middle. Ice cream bucket worked pretty good. And then some burlap over top of that, and then filled up all the gaps with perlite so it'll wick. And then on top of that, a layer of cocoa, and then I went with my soil mixture with for amendments. I went with some, what I think I used green sand, some glacial rock dust, some basalt rock dust. I believe there's some bat guano in there. So lots of sea kelp meal and other good stuff like that. And then the stuff that I'll normally put in my teas. Decided to throw my meathead in that because, as we all know, I just love that. And that plant's starting to look pretty good after going through that horrid CalMag deficiency. So hopefully we'll see that thing take off and see what these sips can do for me. And if it works, I'm going to make probably 2 to 4 more here in the near future.
I think that plant's going to blow up, and you're going to wonder why you've never done that before.
That's what I'm hoping for.
There.
Well, and to be honest, it's just I can't spend as much time out there as I would like to. So if I can fill that sip up with water, and that gets me, I'm able to skip a day or 2 out there, or I can, you know what I mean, how life is, right? If it gets me that time away from there, then that's awesome. Automation is Freedom has a really great name because I'm getting it. Like we don't all have the time that we would like. I guess the best way to put it. So
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why my systems are designed the way they are, is because, you know, I won't see my garden for a week, and, you know, my son has to come down and take care of it. You know, he's a busy guy himself, so, you know, sometimes, hell, you know, I water my garden once a week sometimes, and there you go. You know, it can handle that. It'll do it, and everything's growing out to be fire. So, you know, in a week I come home, I look at it, I give it a little bit of love for the weekend, and, you know, we start all over. So I had to design a system around that, you know, because that's my life. It's got to work for me. So,
well, that's kind of,
you know,
that's one of the things that I'm starting to realize, is that there's just, sometimes I have a trouble with thinking outside the box. I get too focused on, like, you know, the gear I got in front of me. It's like, okay, so I got 5-gallon pots, I've got 3-gallon pots, I've got 2 gallons, 1 gallons. How do I make this work? And if, like, because I do a lot of, I go out of town a lot of the time for work too. I'm lucky now that it's mostly 5-day shifts, so I'm at least home for the weekends. But typically before that, in most of my life, you're looking at least a 10-day shift. You can't leave pots in a 3-gallon for 10 days. It's going to dry out and they're going to die. So if, like, so working Monday to Fridays, right? If I were to go out of town, say this weekend coming up, or Monday coming up, I could fill up the bottom of that sip and it'll be good. I can come home, and even if it's not completely empty, I can refill it. It's going to eject the water out the hole to let me know when it's full, right? And then any water taken up during the 2 days off, I can refill that before I leave on Sunday, right? And it's just to rebring that water up, and it just, in theory, it should work. And I really hope so. And I figured
absolutely should work. There's no reason it shouldn't. I mean, basically, you're making a big ass hempy bucket is what you're making. And, you know, we've all heard Scotty Real talk about a hempy bucket. He loves that motherfucking thing.
Yep.
And so I think you're going to be just fine with that. And it's great. I mean, you know, you throw some living soil in that, you know, that hempy is going to make that living soil happy as shit.
Yeah.
So,
I threw a buttload of my own worm castings in there, right? So, you know, there's going to be a ton of worms, and you know, there's already got their little egg sacs and good other stuff in there. So, and now, like, that, the thing is, they won't be able to dry out, because one of the other big problems I've had, and I think I've mentioned this before, is we really like using 20-gallon pots for finishing in. We've done really good stuff that, but the problem is keeping those moist long enough. Like, if you soak it all the way through to get to the bottom, you're going to waterlog your pots, or at least we have a problem with that. Maybe we could amend more perlite or something. I don't know. But anyway, and then they start sucking in away from the edges, right? And it's just, you have problems. If you keep that moisture, the humidity in the soil, it's, that's going to be key right there. My worms will be much happier, and they'll make much more worms, and my plants will love them for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, once that thing gets going, man, that's going to be a killer system. That thing is going to friggin' rock.
Yeah.
So,
actually, another.
I just want to cut. It's past my bedtime. I got to go lay down with the little one and get him up for school in the morning. But hey, thank you for inviting me on the show. I had a great time, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, man.
All right, brothers.
Very nice, Johnny.
Thank you, Johnny.
Growers love, guys. Growers
Peace out,
love.
bro. All this worm talk, I'm excited to get started on. I want to get a worm bin. Next little bit of money I'm coming up, I'm definitely going to get a worm bin going, and I'm stoked on that. Getting a little city compost going, I think, next spring too. There's a community garden, and I put my number in the thing for next year, so I'm hoping to get into it, so I can learn a little bit more about these organics and stuff like that at firsthand, and with people that have been doing this stuff a long time. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
that's super dope stuff. And all the stuff y'all talk about, that's awesome, man. You know what I mean? I'm just loving it all and trying to get there.
Dude, you get into doing like your own worm bin at home, and you'll love it. And like people that haven't been around them, they tend to suspect that they would stink and it would be a disgusting mess and whatnot. It's actually not true. Like, it's just smells like organic garden material. Really, it's doesn't.
Smells like dirt.
Yeah. It's good stuff, right? It's just
And I mean, when it's closed up, it doesn't smell like anything. You can't smell the damn thing at all when you got it closed up. Now, I've also overfed mine and opened it up a little too soon, and well, they can get a little funky.
Got a little
The
right.
other day,
Yeah.
yeah, the other day I put a whole head of I ground up a whole head of cauliflower and put it in mine, and then I opened it up like a day and a half later. That was a bad idea.
Made your eyes water?
Yeah, it was gross. It was gross. But
Guessing you closed up real fucking quick.
real goddamn quick. But you know, 3 days later, smelled like freaking natural little dirt. You know, I caught it in that window where it had a smell, but and I could have done things to where that wouldn't have smelled either, but I didn't. I get a little lazy with it, and that's also the joy of a worm bin is you can get a little lazy with it, and they're forgiving. You know?
They'll do the hard work for you. Just take a little bit longer, huh?
Yeah, and if you eat any kind of any kind of vegetables in your life, and you start feeding that shit back into your worms, you realize how much shit you're throwing away that you could just landfill for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so to use it, you know, even if you weren't going to, you know, put it on a house plant or something, you know, it's even good just to throw out in your lawn. You know, there's no reason not to do it. So it's a good thing to do. You know, responsible.
I can't wait to have a lawn.
Can't wait for you to have a lawn.
That would be sweet.
I'll rent you my backyard, man.
There we go. There you go. It's a big city. Oh, Siri just came up. I said big city, and Siri was like, "What?"
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
I hate it. I don't got this Siri on my phone. I think it's called Bixby. And it drives me nuts because I don't talk to my phone. It's like I'll text, type out whatever the heck I want to look for on there. And it just always seems to think I want to talk to it. Like, no. And it's got its own special button. I'm like, what's that? Like, no, I don't want to talk to you. Why do you have your own button? That's just me though.
You are not my friend. Leave me alone.
Yeah, pretty much. You're just kind of irritating. Like,
quit trying to be that know-it-all friend nobody likes.
Yeah, yeah. Or the other one is in like all the bells and whistles that come in the newer vehicles, like they put your seatbelt on, bong, 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 that never shuts up.
Yeah.
Making fun of the trucker and just being bitchy and demanding, and like, you know how you work in the trades. We talk the similar ways, so family show.
Hey, speaking of that, did y'all see that post this morning?
Which one?
That little garden?
Yeah,
With the little peppers and all that shit.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was yours at first. I was going to be proud of you. I was going to ask you about your lettuce.
Fucking 10 years old, dude, going crazy. That's awesome. Not only that, like, he had a system of setting up the watering system for the seedlings and shit like that. He got a water bottle and just poked a bunch of fucking holes in the top of it. I was like, holy shit, I just learned something. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm always like worried about when I'm watering my seedlings, like tidal waves and shit. You know, I'm thinking of all this other shit. I'm like making it way hard. And he was just like, oh, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Hell yeah.
That's awesome to see.
Kid.
Yeah, dude. Super smart kid.
Yeah, that's cool. There's
Yeah, Carrot.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was so earlier when I was asking you that question, you know, I was wanting to know about the pollinating because, you know, I'm going to start getting into that. And a lot of times, you know, I was asking you, the one I wanted to pollinate is normally something I would just chop off. It's a waste of, you know, time and space. But I guess what I was trying to ask you earlier is that stuff that I would normally trim, that's a waste of space. Would that be something good to pollinate if I just wanted to try to screw around with it? You know, would it be done in?
I would, yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's if it's got pistils, pollinate it. And just have fun. It's because that's what I generally try to do if I'm doing selective pollinating, which is not typically what I do anymore. If I can, I'll just throw a bunch of stuff in a room with a male. But when I started off, it was exactly pretty much like that, just trying to avoid the good buds because you want to smoke those and hit the smaller ones. You got to be prepared. You're going to hit some of the big ones too. So if you want, I don't know if you want to like spray them down or whatever, and just like kill off the pollen, that might work. This is where Terpa is the man because he's got does this thing where he like covers the bud with cocoa powder and stuff like that. And my problem is I don't have the patience for those fine of details kind of things. Is I'm more of just like, fuck it, I'll wing it, see what happens, and hope for the best. And I just was in the Charlotte's Web. I found a bunch of, and this isn't even the one that we cut there that I've been smoking on. That's not even the one I pollinated, and I found quite a few seeds already. So it's
Had a little drift, did you?
yeah, but it's just the name of the game. So, but if you're willing to take the gamble like I am, because I'm not afraid of seeds in my weed, especially if you're gonna put it in your vaporizer, you're gonna bust it up anyways a bit or whatever, or roll in a joint, and you can kind of skim those off, and it's only one plant's worth or whatever anyways, right? If it's when it gets to the point where you're seeded a whole fucking crop, that's okay. Now we've got problems because that's
But it isn't going to spread to the rest of the crop.
say again.
It isn't going to spread to the rest of the crop. It'll only stay on the Charlotte's Web.
What do you
or
mean?
will it spread to the rest if you have other things with it?
Oh, it'll spread to anything in the
spread.
room. Anything you got in the room, it'll go. So, and here's another problem with these Charlotte's Webs is I also had a bunch of OG Kushes in there, and there's some of those will be herm too. So there's probably going to be some OG Kush. I'm just thinking of this right now as we're talking about it. That would probably.
So I'm thinking
the one I'm smoking now is I'm finding are pretty well developed.
So but, I'm thinking what I got from you, I should kill.
Why?
Oh, I thought you said it might develop seeds and spread to the rest of the other ones I got from you.
You have clones
only
that
when
were
he's
taken in
pollinating.
veg. Those are clones taken in veg.
Oh,
they
told me that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah. You had me wondering there for a second. No, you're good, Rick. Yeah, I was just I had a major brain fart there for a second. I was going, huh? Yeah.
Hey, that was fun to watch, though.
Yeah.
Shitty timing to have a brain fart.
Well, it's when you smoke the amount of pot that we do, it's gonna tend to happen.
It happens.
It's getting like a deer in headlights look.
Tell you what, y'all, I'm out of here though. It's good talking to y'all tonight.
All right, man. It was great talking
tonight,
with you.
bud.
Good to see
Y'all
you.
have a good one.
You too. We'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say goodnight myself, and good to see you guys.
Great talking with you as
tonight,
always.
Rick.
Another great shirt.
Good to see you, man.
You too, brother.
Take care.
He's always got those great shirts, man. Like I love that one he's wearing in that one post he's got. It's the dog one that says it can't eat it or hump it and piss on it and walk away.
Yeah. He's got a Van Morrison shirt too. I'm a pretty big Van Morrison fan, so I see shit like that. I was always the kid that, or still am though, wearing like band t-shirts and stuff all the time at 39 years old, right? So I refuse to grow up.
Yeah, and you got to do the proper thing. You like never wear the band shirt to the concert that you go to. You got to respect all the proper ways of wearing the band shirt, no matter how old you are.
Yeah. It was cool when we talked a while ago about taking my son to his first concert there to see Slayer, and that was because he's not a metalhead. He went there to basically hang out with me, although he's starting to listen to a bit of metal, but like at that time he wasn't. And we're getting the merch line, and he's just kind of looking at shirts, and he couldn't figure it out. And then he picked out an Anthrax shirt. It was basically the For All Kings album cover, I think, on it, and then had tour stops and stuff like that. And he sees that, and then he puts it on, and then as soon as Anthrax come on, man, that kid was out of his seat, just like rocking out, and I'm just like, I didn't even know you had that in you, and this is awesome. And then he fell asleep, so during Slayer's set, this is most people haven't heard this story yet. Right before Slayers, they're kind of just getting on stage before they actually start playing. He kind of just looks up at me with that, I'm done look, and just like, how much longer? It's like, at least an hour. And then the Dead Skin Mask, they're playing that 5 songs for him the end, eh? And I kind of looked up at him or down at him. He's looking up at me and you can just see him. A couple minutes later, I look down and sure enough, he's just like clonk out. Okay, well, you're good. You're fine. Not like you're going anywhere. I'm going to rock out. Angel of Death comes on. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is going to be the last song of the night. And I try and like shake him and he wouldn't move. I was like, didn't shake him again. There's actually that split second where I was like actually concerned. And I thought he had earmuffs on because it's his first concert. Didn't know if it'd be too loud for him. Pulled the earmuff on. It was like putting smelling salts under his nose. He's just like, eyes are open. He's up.
I'm up.
Starts rocking out a little bit again. Yeah, it was a great time. Great time. Then took him to Judas Priest the next year. So that was a good show too.
Yeah, that's what I thought was funny. You know, you saying, you know, your son's first was, you know, Slayer, and my son's first metal shows, you know, we told that story, you know. Yeah, losing his flip-flops in a pit. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's to be expected though. Flip-flops in the pit. That's
well, you know, that just goes to show you that, you know, parenting is questionable on my end. You know, I let him go to a metal concert with flip-flops. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, we didn't even let him on the floor for this one because he's just like he's a pretty mellow kid, right? He's you know, he's a mild meat kid. So if you go put him on the floor during which he's never been to a concert before, and then all of a sudden a mosh pit were to start around him, like I could see that scaring the living shit out of him. So it's okay. We'll put you up in the stands for a couple of shows, let you kind of get the feel of what's going on. And then when after the Judas Priest set was done, he even said, well, can we go on the floor next time? It's like, yeah. And then COVID happened, right? Because there's a bunch of good concerts that were kind of in our general area. And
yeah, there were a bunch of good shows lined up for 2020. And man, that sucked to see them all get shut down.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get some shows and stuff going on this year. That'd be nice. Just kind of some kind of anything, right? Like people are just hurting for some kind of good entertainment and they deserve it. But
yeah,
at what risk, I guess, is
right. That's the thing. Yeah, we all want to get back out and get back to normal and see people and do things. And fuck, it just ain't worth it right now, though.
Yeah.
That's the shit part.
Yeah.
It's almost there.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get there soon. Like by summertime would be great. I don't mind hibernating in the winter so much. I've got to work outside in whatever weather is out there. So if it's going to be cold, miserable weather on my free time, I don't want to be out there. It's kind of my general rule in life whenever possible.
Yeah, I heard that.
Give it about another 2 months when the snow starts melting and the sun comes out. And yeah, let's get out there and do something. Great. All right. Yep. Well, I think I'm about talked out, bud.
yeah, I'm the same way. I think I'm gonna go up, make me and the wife a good sleepy time tea, and take my happy ass to bed, and then talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, it sounds good, and yeah, I will talk to you tomorrow, as is always the way it seems, if not sooner.
Yeah, probably in like 5 minutes. I'm sure.
Yeah, probably something like that. Hey, good show, man. I usually seem to go, yeah, I didn't even say anything too stupid this time.
Yeah, we almost got one topic out today.
Just about. It was a little shaky, but well, wasn't as informative as I was hoping we were able to make it. But whatever, we didn't come fully prepared either. So what more do you expect when the Wing It crew just wings it?
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? We're just making it a mini series. You got to come back next week and get the rest of it. You know?
Yeah. You want to come back for the coherent stuff? Come back on the Friday show.
Well, the Sunday morning show is usually pretty coherent. I mean, we try to get some stuff out there.
Yeah, everybody's still waking up and hasn't had a chance to smoke themselves stupid yet. So.
Yeah, exactly. By the end of the show, it gets a little iffy, but you know, hey.
Yeah, that's okay. It's first, second morning. All right, brother. Well, it was great talking to you, and everyone in chat. thank you so much, and we will see you again Friday night. And feel free to come on and join us on the Zoom when we do that. The more the merrier. Everybody is really actually welcome. Have a great night. See you Friday.
Thank you, everybody.
See you later, Fluffy.